had never played a Titanfall game before, but I've constantly heard that they're amazing, that it's a masterpiece, worth the hype, and just how it's a real shame we're not getting a third game anytime soon. So in my curiosity, I decided to play Titanfall 2, because that's the one that has a campaign. Also, it's the one that I have. Thanks, John. If you're curious about the multiplayer, well, so am I, because I played on PlayStation and I'm not about to pay to simply play online. Once you start the campaign, you can just tell from the very beginning tutorial that it's going to be great. The tutorial puts you into a Neuralink which sends you off to a different planet. Here, we not only go through the basics, but are given lore.
This is what we're fighting for, Cooper. A world that's not metal and smoke.
Typically, this would be annoying for a game to spend so much time on the tutorial, but here, I did need to get my bearings, cause I kinda suck. But I did not mind how the game took its time to set up the world and concepts that will be developed as we go further into the game. This is one of the few instances that I would have liked the tutorial to have been longer, solely to continue to receive lore to dig deeper into what we saw in the intro cutscene. But then we get to the Gauntlet, which tests all that you were taught in one fun run. My first run was pretty rough, like, damn.
You move faster than wall running. Give it a try.
And it wasn't until I beat the game that I went back and I truly felt like I had a good grasp on everything that the Gauntlet was preparing me for. Once you leave the tutorial, things start to move quickly. The game's pace goes from 0 to 100 and you're thrust into the action. Finally experiencing the action we've been training for, and it's great. The gunplay feels satisfying. The first area was a bit open, which left room for platforming. Mirror's Edge who? Yeah, there actually is platforming throughout the game, and some stages even stood out to me because they were just jumping around. The mech adds a different type of gunplay and more limited mobility, but it was a welcome mix-up to the gameplay and accented how much movement was possible on your feet. It felt like every chapter had something different while still focusing on the gunplay as the anchor throughout. Certain levels had more or less platforming, while others involved puzzles to mix up the gameplay and have even more thought put into what you're doing. And I think that's the main thing that people love about the campaign and why it's so highly regarded. The amount of thought and effort put to make it feel so cohesive and a complete story that gives us an emotional connection to our Titan.
Got you.
The fact that this all takes place in a single planet, yet at every turn we are led into new places and the environments feel to change as we move on is incredible. For how long I was playing the game, it felt long, but I read that the average is 6 hours. I had a bit more time, seeing as my playthrough was a bit more on the derpier side. So not a long campaign, but one that will give you a sense of adventure and satisfaction. And if you're the type, there's still multiplayer to try out, which I did not, but do not fear. I will try it when the third Titanfall releases. If I don't, then bug me about it. Maybe we'll have gotten past Conquer 3 by that point, but oh well.